A Fox News alert this morning, growing backlash over Colorado's shocking ruling banning Donald Trump from the state's 2024 primary ballot. Critics warn this sets a dangerous precedent as similar cases are pending in more than a dozen states. Our next guest says this ruling should shock the conscience of every American. Former federal prosecutor Francey Hakes joins us now. Good morning to you. Tell us more about how you feel about this.
Well, you know, Carly, it really is a shocking opinion. I read it. It is a couple of hundred pages of hot garbage. There is simply no defense for this anywhere in the Constitution. In fact, what these 4 unelected judges in Colorado have done for the rest of the 300 and some odd million of us in the country is decided without a trial, without a jury, without any due process, that former President Trump committed a crime, that is insurrection, which is akin to treason, which carries a very heavy, substantial criminal penalty. They've decided, these 4, that he committed this crime and should therefore be left off the ballot because of the 14th Amendment that was passed in the wake of the Civil War, Carly. It isn't even applicable. It's never been applied before, and it is a shocking decision on their part.
Yeah, a couple hundred pages of hot garbage is certainly a quote to be clipped in for the record books. I think there are definitely people who agree with you on that. And one of the reasons why is that, you know, by saying that Trump can't appear on the primary ballot, these judges, aren't they, in effect, putting their thumb on the scale and impacting the election results, all the while accusing the former president of inciting an insurrection to impact the election results? So what about that part?
Well, the ultimate irony here, Carly, is that they accuse President Trump of an insurrection. They say he's a danger to democracy, when in fact it is decisions like this that pose the greatest risk of all time to our democracy. When you take a law that was passed 150 years ago in response to the Civil War for men who were raising literally armies of armed people and rebelling against the lawful government of the United States, and equating that to Trump making a speech on the ellipse on January 6th, it really flies in the face of all constitutional construction and all court principles and all notions of fairness and due process in this country.
So what is the Supreme Court going to do? They have until January 5th to decide on whether or not to take this case.
Well, I think they'll take the case. This is the actual kind of case the Supreme Court was designed for. It is about a federal constitutional question. It is directly from a state Supreme Court, and it is about a federal election. So it's right in their wheelhouse. I suspect that they will take the case quickly. They may very well rule quickly and hand down an opinion that says the presidency is exempted from the insurrection clause. But frankly, Carly, I hope they reach the merits of this. I hope they go all the way and tell everyone that this is not how you run elections or a country.
And what the Supreme Court decides could impact the other states who have pending cases of a similar nature. So we are rolling in hot into 2024. Francey Hakes, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks,
appreciate
Carly.
your perspective always.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.